Anita Moos is somebody who was on my page for a while, and I invited her to become a moderator because all of her comments were so incredibly sharp. She is a wonderful person. She lives with her partner and her children in Mumbai, India. She is a pilot. She is the person who flies these monster airplanes that we all travel on. And I have to tell you, the other night at dinner, I was asking her about the autopilot system. And she told me, well, you know, I have to tell you, the autopilot system is great, but if anything goes wrong, the autopilot system is the first thing that goes. So when you really need it, you don't have it. As somebody who is somewhat anxious about flying, this did not make me happy. I have to tell you. Anyway, Anita, talk to us.
Hello again. Hi. Okay, so to talk to you a little bit about vegan advocacy, and the wonderful thing about this is that you can do it anywhere and at any time, but it does require you to be prepared yourself so that you can actually pass on a coherent message to somebody else. And how do we do this? So I have a sort of checklist sort of thing that you need to go down and make sure you cover all bases. So when we are talking, it's usually very easy to get an opening. People, like Gary says, love to talk about their dogs, their cats. They love to talk about how they're animal lovers, and also, how they love food. So all of these are great openings. So what do you do once you do get one of these openings? So you should, I think, be prepared to read a lot and educate yourself, because if you don't know what you're talking about, people are confused. Many of them really don't understand abolitionism, and they need to be very, very clear on the theory. And to be able to do this, we have all got to learn how to read again and read books. There are wonderful resources out there. There are books by Professor Francione and Professor Charlton. Eat Like You Care is great, and that's a great starting place for everyone to begin. And it answers a lot of basic questions people do have. That, and then we have our own pamphlets, brochures. These are all great resources. We need to learn how to use them. So go back and read. And what I also like to talk about is that we have to give out our contact information to people, so that if somebody does not understand something, they can get back to you. And you have to be able to, be willing to put in the time and effort to find out the answers you do not know and get back to them, so that, they will take you seriously. So that's the second thing. And always be ready to carry reference materials and hand them out to people, because you have a limited amount of time with people. So you could probably tell them things, and when you hand out these brochures and pamphlets, they go back home, they read them, it reinforces what you've already told them, and it also could cover potential areas you might have missed. So that's always a great thing to do. I think Peggy here will talk about this in more detail, and she has everything beautifully organized. And another thing is, people ask very, very basic questions and things that are perfectly obvious to you, but you have to be patient and understand that everybody does not understand veganism. In fact, some of the people I talk to have never heard the word vegan. So there are a lot of confused questions out there. You have to be patient. You have to begin at the beginning with people and take the time to really explain things. And another thing that is very, very important, and this is something that I cannot stress on enough, do not ever change the message. Do not change the message because somebody is more concerned about diet or is doing it for the environment. You have to be clear that veganism is the moral baseline, and that treatment is never the issue. Use is the issue. We have to keep that extremely clear. And also, at all times, we have to get over our own apprehension of how people will react to what we're saying. We are here to do this for the animals. They need us, and I think it is absolutely essential that we get over our own discomfort and go out there and do it. Grassroots vegan advocacy is the way to do this, and I would encourage each one of us to go out and do exactly that. Thank you.